everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I filmed another tutorial for you all. Look at these earrings. Can we just like take a moment? So I filmed a glittery cut crease tutorial. The glitter kind of went above into the crease and above the crease, but it's okay because glitter is fun to play with. So you can't get it perfectly where you want it every single time, but this is the look I created for you all. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then please continue to watch. Starting out by priming my eyelids using my ALMAY CC concealer and brightener. I'm using the concealer side and applying this onto my eyelids, and I'm going to blend it in with my fingers. To set it, because it is concealer, I'm taking the Revlon Age Defining powder. This is just like a normal face powder that I use. And I'm going to go ahead and just set the concealer into place. I'm going on with my E.L.F. bronzer palette, and I'm going to pick up this first shade. And this is just going to go into the, above the crease a little bit, and a little into the crease, but not a lot. And I'm going to flick this out so it's not so precise by the outer corners of my eye. I'm going in with this shade into the crease, and I'm going to really focus flicking the shade out just so it has that nice swoop. And then deepening the crease, and then I'm just taking a blending brush and just running through my eyes with it. For my lid shade, I'm taking the NYX Single Eyeshadow in I Have a Headache. I normally always use this shadow as a highlight shade, but I'm using it as a lid shade today. So I'm going to start out by just packing it on to the eyelid. I'm not going to go all the way up just because I don't want to cover the crease shade so much. So just a little bit underneath the crease, and then I'm going to go ahead and flick it out a little bit like I did with my crease shade. I'm going to take the Sephora Rio Nights Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. I love this eyeliner, but it is so tough to get off. I'm going very dramatic and crazy with my wings. I'm doing them a lot longer than what I would usually do on an everyday basis. But yeah. It's not going to be like a super thick wing. It's just going to be long enough so it has that same outward as the rest of my eyeshadows do. And then I'm going to go in and just, fill it in and intensify it a little bit more. And then for mascara, I'm taking the Jordana Best Volume Extreme Mascara. I was going to use falsies for today's look, but I didn't want to so much cover up the lid space just because the lid is looking a little bit smaller than my average lid is. So yeah, I'm taking this glitter, and this is going to have the effect that it's in my crease, but I didn't want to put it directly in my crease because I didn't want it to, like, when I open my eyes, I didn't want it to cover it. Or I didn't want it to separate all the way, like, above the crease. It did separate a little bit, but not enough. So I'm taking my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and my pores were just looking very visible this day, so I had to cover them up. And then for my foundation, I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in 108 Caramel Beige. And surprise, surprise, I'm not using my beauty blender to blend this in. I'm just using a normal Real Techniques Expert face brush. Then for concealer, I'm taking my Maybelline Instant Age in Light Pale, and I'm going to go ahead and conceal underneath the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, in between the brows, and down like on by my cupid's bow and on my chin. I'm going to go ahead and bake using my Airspun Loose Face Powder today. I'm not going to bake for that long, but just a little bit. And then while that's baking, I'm going to go ahead and do the brows. Of course, I'm using my L'Oreal Brow Definer in dark brown. And then I'm going to carve out the brows using the ALMAY CC Concealer and Brightener. And I'm using the Brightener Concealer and just carving out the brows. And then I'm going to set it using my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Espresso. I'm going to go ahead and wipe away the rest of the powder. Jumping back into the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and put a nude eyeliner on my waterline. And then I'm going to take the concealer shade and just buff this on my lower lash line. And then go in with, of course, mascara. And then for bronzer, I'm taking my NYC Smooth Skin Bronzer in Sunny. And then for blush, I'm taking my Jordana blush in Tawny Beige. And then for highlight, I'm taking this E.L.F. bronzer, little quad or whatever. I can't really use it as a bronzer because it's too light. It's too shimmery, so I use it as a highlighter, and I love it as a highlighter. I'm picking up those two shades and just putting those in your cheekbones. And then for lips, I'm going with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Lip Gloss in Statement Nude. And then over top of that, to lighten it, taking the Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer in Nude Eclipse. And this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. So if you guys all enjoyed that tutorial, if you did, go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. And everything that I used today's video will be listed down below, as well as like my social media links, everything in between. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you beautiful, beautiful people in my next video. Bye everyone.